Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Master channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a project that recently became a parachain on Polkadot, and this project is called Clover Finance or the CLV token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website clover.finance in order to learn more about the project, right? So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on the information presented on CoinMarketCap's page for this token, but this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Clover Finance? Clover Finance or CLV, or simply Clover, is a blockchain operating system. It provides a one-stop, easy-to-use blockchain infrastructure and an Ethereum virtual machine or EVM compatible framework for substrate based applications. So again, we covered about Clover Finance not a long while back, but a while back, which when it got listed on kind of a Coinbase. So we mentioned that Clover Finance is a very good project that we need to keep an eye out for, and as per our expectation, the project did get a Parachain slot auction. So the thing is, it's a blockchain operating system. So it's not a blockchain in and of itself, or it's not necessarily a platform for DeFi or anything like that. It's a blockchain operating system which can also do EVM compatible frameworks, and at the same time it provides a one-stop, easy-to-use blockchain infrastructure and allows for EVM compatibility for substrate-based applications, right? So that's basically what Clover Finance does. Clover Finance, another offspring of the substrate-based Polkadot Parachain, aims at bringing the compatibility gap when building and operating across blockchains. So they are mainly trying to bridge compatibility gap between different substrate based Polkadot Parachain projects, and when they try to do this, they're trying to build and bridge the gap along with provide operating system access across the blockchains within the Polkadot ecosystem, right? So the project was founded in May 2020, and the mainnet of Clover Finance launched in July of 2021. So again, it's a very recent project. It's only been like around since last year May, and its mainnet only got launched on July 2021. So it's technically less than a year old, but we can, for the purpose of this video, we can say it's a year old project which has been around since May 2020, right? So the next section basically covers the founders of Clover Finance, which I'm going to skip through because it's completely irrelevant for this video, and at the same time you guys can just quickly read through the background of the founders and co-founders. But I'm going to cover the important section, which is what makes Clover Finance unique. So why would you choose to put your money on this project compared to any other project, right? So Clover Finance was designed to offer more than a single service to users. It was built as a blockchain operating system. The network contains a storage layer, a smart contract layer, a DeFi protocol layer, and an e-app layer. So again, you need to basically understand the difference between a blockchain and a blockchain operating system. So blockchain basically allows for dApps and maybe allows for NFTs and NFT marketplaces and so on and so forth to be developed on top of them. But a blockchain operating system not only can do all of that, but it can also act as a storage layer on top of that. It can also act as a smart contract layer, a DeFi protocol layer, and an e-app layer, which is a really cool feature because it can do much more than just a blockchain. So this is one of the main reasons why Clover Finance is something that you guys need to look into. The Clover network provides a full service cross-chain decentralized finance or a DeFi bridge. It provides a flawless portal for everyone, including novices, into the world of DeFi. With Clover, developers can not only easily create and use DeFi, they can also create decentralized apps or dApps that work across blockchain. So one of the other main use cases or reasons to look into Clover Finance is it provides cross-chain DeFi bridge. So not only can you do all the DeFi and NFT and smart contract and storage within Clover Finance's platform, but you can also build a cross-chain decentralized bridge, DeFi bridge, right? So this is one of the main benefits of Clover as well, and it can also flawlessly portal, every single basic or novice user into the world of DeFi without having to kind of take a lot of time, because a lot of novice users, they are struggling to use DeFi, which is one of the barriers to entry itself, because not a lot of projects are very easy to use, and there's high gas fees in the case of Ethereum and slow transaction fees. But so all those issues have been rectified by Clover Finance, and this is one of the focus that they're trying to do, is bring in a lot of new people into the ecosystem of DeFi, right? And when it comes to developer usage, Clover not only allows for creation of creation of DeFi and several of these things that we discussed right now, several of these products that we discussed right now, they also allow for dApps to be working across. They allow for developers to be creating like dApps that can work across multiple blockchains. So if a developer were to create a dApp on Clover Finance, that dApp can technically be ported to or used on multiple other blockchains, because it is mostly interoperable and EVM compatible, right? So these are some of the main benefits of Clover network. So its eApp or external application and evolution of dApps layer allows users or developers to seamlessly deploy their eApps without using other virtual machines or network bandwidth. So again, this is a little bit of a technical information. So they have external application or eApps, which are actually advanced versions or evolutions of dApps. These basically can be seamlessly deployed, and this is one of the other benefits that developers will face when they use Clover Finance. And it does not necessarily allow for other virtual machines, and mainly allows for EVM. So since every project is using EVM as a default, EVM compatibility is something that Clover Finance also focuses on. And when it comes to other virtual machines, it's not necessarily fully compatible with that, and it can also use the same network bandwidth of Ethereum virtual machine in order to sync in properly with the EVM, right? So this is one of the other technical benefits of Clover Finance. Clover allows relayers in a transaction to act on behalf of the sender and can cover the gas fees in the base currency while they receive compensation in the denominated asset. Where this is applied, the transaction fees are deducted from the transacted assets. So again, one of the other main benefits is that when you use Clover Finance, they allow for relayers in transaction to act on the behalf of the sender. So this not only allows for people to bring their own gas fees, but you can also receive compensation in a denominated asset, in any of the denominated assets that you choose, right? Where this is applied, the transaction fees are deducted from the transacted assets. So if you try to choose to bring in, let's say, ETH, for example, you can technically choose to pay gas fees in ETH. And if you're trying to move move ETH from Ethereum to let's say Clover Finance, your fees can be deducted in ETH if you choose to, right? Which means you don't have to have another token to pay a fee, or their own native token, CLV token, in order to pay fees specifically, right? So that's one of the other benefits of Clover Finance. The last benefit is that the network also has an identity-based gas fee schedule. This allows for frequent users to pay a lower gas fees based on how often they use the network. So this is again something that's going to definitely revolutionize crypto in the future, especially projects that are facing the projects with a lot of users and people who use a lot of gas or people who use a lot of DeFi or NFT ecosystem. They pay extremely high gas fees in the current day and age. But when it comes to Clover Finance, if you use Clover Finance on a frequent basis, it can basically use your identity in order to verify if you are the one who's using the platform, and if you use the platform multiple times, you get a gas discount, or you get to pay lower gas fee in order to kind of motivate you to use their platform even more, right? So this is something that this is the first time I'm hearing a project do this, and I believe that a lot of projects will definitely copy this feature, including maybe even Ethereum as well, Ethereum 2.0 once that rolls out. But this is going to definitely incentivize a lot of people to use DeFi, which is going to be the future finance, if you ask me, right? So those are some of the main reasons why Clover Finance is something that you need to definitely look into. And the next most important topic that we're going to cover is how is Clover Finance actually secured? So why would you choose to use Clover Finance when it comes to security wise, right? So why would you choose to use Clover Finance and how secure it is? So Clover Finance is an open project that is collectively decided by the whole community. The CLV token is a multi-use asset in the Clover Finance ecosystem. CLV is used for governance purposes and for voting and for system upgrades. So again, here they're kind of quickly talking about the CLV token itself, and it's a platform that's fully governed and owned by the community, and CLV tokens obviously forms the basis of the governance within the platform itself. Holders of the CLV tokens can nominate node validators on the network using a single click deployment. Nomination of validators is done using a proof of stake consensus layer, meaning holders can stake their CLV tokens to validate transactions on the Clover network validator infrastructure. So again, there is a validator system, and people who stake Clover token, because it's a proof of stake consensus mechanism, so you need to stake tokens. When you stake tokens, you get to participate in the governance ecosystem, governance aspects of this platform, as well as secure the node itself, right? The Clover system is trustless and is no centralized governance entity. The substrate framework and Polkadot Parachain technology adopted by Clover adds extra security as well as speed of transactions to the Clover network. So although the Polkadot ecosystem itself is very brand new, and it is kind of like just onboarding a lot of parachains on top of it, it's still considered as one of the very secure blockchains, even though it's not as secure as Ethereum, because it's not as big as Ethereum at this time, at least, right? So it's still secure because of the fact that a lot of DOT tokens are obviously staked. A huge percentage of DOT tokens are staked, and the Polkadot governance ecosystem is kind of like very complicated, and it's fully governed by, it's mainly governed by the people, but again, there's a lot of discussion on if Polkadot itself will become fully like a DAO and fully decentralized, right? So that being said, Polkadot Parachain technology definitely allows for a robust security, which Clover Finance, since it's a part of the Polkadot ecosystem, it definitely takes advantage of that security, right? And that's one of the reasons why Clover Finance is definitely a reliable and secure project that can be used without any issues. So those are some of the main points that we covered about Clover Finance. So let's go to the website itself to see what are that information that we missed. So right off the bat, they have a pretty cool website, and again, the images are pretty good, and it's a very high quality website. So a foundational layer across cross-chain compatibility, that's their kind of like catchphrase. Clover's wallet, so as we discussed, they are allowing eDApps or e-apps. So one of their main focuses is to develop a wallet, Clover Finance based wallet, which can be used in mobile format, web format, and so on and so forth. So you can basically get these features when you use the mobile wallet, which is multi-chain, cross-chain, multi-assets, internal swap, NFT support, dApp marketplace, and so on and so forth. So you can download it for iOS and Android as well. And if you scroll to the right, you can see some of the benefits of the extension wallet. But overall, these are some of the information that you can read through yourself with regards to their wallet, right? So multi-chain connected wallet, support popular blockchains, cross-chain compatibility, app store for decentralized finance. So these are all some of the important features of their wallet itself. So Polkadot Parachain auction. So they did recently win the Parachain slot on Polkadot, and if you were participating on the Parachain slot auction, supported the Clover Finance ecosystem, you would have received 100 CLV tokens per dot. And the good thing is the CLV tokens are actually tradable, and therefore you obviously know the value of each CLV token thanks to like Coinbase and even Binance, who have listed this token, right? So these are some of the information that you can read through if you have participated in the Parachain slot auction and have supported Clover Finance through the crowd loan contribution, or if in case you want to know what happened when it comes to like rewards wise, you can read through this even if you haven't participated in the Parachain's crowd loan, right? So here they talk about a crowd loan offering, and they also talk about their project itself, which is one of the main focus of this video. So it's EVM compatible, as we know. You can pretty much scroll down and see other information as well: gas-free redistribution, gasless end user experience, identity-based fee structure, which is pretty cool feature that I discussed right now, cross-chain interactions, and cross-chain explorer. So these are some of the main features of the platform itself. So CLV token, we haven't really gotten into the full benefits of CLV token, but you can clearly see that you can use CLV tokens as a fee if you want, but it's kind of optional. But it's mainly usable for governance. You can use CLV tokens for validation in order to secure the network, and also treasury. So it's used for ecosystem development. Nomination, you can nominate or delegate your CLV tokens to node operators, and deployment as well. So you need to use CLV tokens to deploy smart contracts or dApps on Clover. So there are definitely a lot of use cases for the CLV tokens within the ecosystem, right? So build on Clover ecosystem. So you can build on top of the Clover ecosystem if you're a developer, and they have a lot of information that can help you with that. It's a pretty relatively simple read through, and if you want to integrate the Clover wallet to your projects, you can click the integrate button here. You can build with Clover by clicking on the build button and learning more about the information, right? So Clover's DNA is backed by Parachain Capital, Huobi Global, OKEX, Alameda Research, Bitcoin.com, Bitham Global, CMS, Gate.io, Hypersphere, Illusionist Group, KR1, and so on and so forth. So these are some of the people who are backing this. They are partnered with several projects, including My Neighbor Alice, Anchor, Apron, Automata Network, Bella, Bitcoin.com, Boring DAO, Bounce Finance, Chainlink, ChainSwap, Crust Network, Crypto Blades, Darwinia Network, Dego, Dodo, EasyFi, Etherlend, and Phantom, and the Graph as well. So there's a lot of projects that you can quickly go through, which seems like it's an endless list of projects that they're partnering with. So it's a pretty cool thing to see, right? So when it comes to blog itself, you can clearly see that the Clover Finance has seed investors announced, and these are some of the seed investors that we already saw before. And they did do a round 4 community sale in CoinList recently, and you have other information as well, right? So apart from that, if you scroll below, you have their white paper, which I highly recommend you guys to read through, and other information along with the social media information if you want to follow them on their social media platforms, right? A pretty cool project with a lot of high potential, right? So going back to the coin market cap page for this token is currently ranked 336th by CoinMarketCap on CoinMarketCap, and it's currently trading at 78.7 cents at the time I'm making this video, with about 1.46% increase in the past 24 hours, right? Despite all of the hype and Polkadot Parachain listing and everything, the market cap is only $166.2 million, which is quite small. So this is definitely a project that can definitely explode in the future. It has a lot of promising development going on, and I think the market cap is only going to continue to rise, especially once this platform starts going live on Polkadot. That's where you'll see the market cap literally rising extremely significantly, right? So if you haven't really contributed for this project via the crowd loan or participated in the Parachain slot auctions, you basically can still buy this token from centralized exchanges at this market cap, and you can still definitely see a huge return, because the Polkadot ecosystem is full of amazing revolutionary projects, and none of them are fully live yet, right? So you are definitely in the ground floor when it comes to Polkadot, and as I mentioned in several of my videos, the Polkadot ecosystem will have its own bull run. That's how it's going to be in the future, and I think all the projects in Polkadot will literally pump like crazy, including Clover Finance, right? So the market cap is still extremely low. When it comes to max supply, they don't necessarily have a max supply, which is a bummer, but at the same time, the total supply is 1 billion tokens. Again, quite a lot if you ask me, and the circulating supply is 211.071 million tokens. So again, it's quite a huge total supply with no actual max supply at all. But if you see what they're trying to do, they are trying to obviously create a blockchain operating system. So it's something that's definitely going to be a lot of buzz in the future, and everything that they're doing is quite incredible. So I think the tokenomics is probably one of the weakest side of this project, because they don't necessarily have a max supply, and that's something that's definitely like bothering me personally. But at the same time, if you don't really mind that, and if you really like the strong fundamentals of Clover Finance, you can definitely oversee that, right? So I wanted to participate in the Clover Finance, slot auction, crowd loan auction, but I didn't do that because of the tokenomics itself. But I'm a big tokenomics person, and I really want to make sure that I buy a project that has scarcity built into this, so that I get a personal satisfaction that the scarcity of this token is also going to be one of the reasons why this token will pump. Since I don't see that factor here, I didn't really actively participate in that, but doesn't mean that I won't buy this token. I can definitely buy this token, and I'll tell you guys the price point that I'm looking to buy this token at. But if you want to buy this token without paying too much attention to the tokenomics, then that's up to you, right? But I feel like tokenomics is, in my personal opinion, one of the weakest parts of this project. So if you look at the charts itself, obviously the token is going literally it's kind of trading in the lower price point, which is obviously a good opportunity to buy, which is one of the reasons why I want to cover this project today. So if you take a look at the price point, the initial price point of this token was 49 cents as of July this year, and the token reached an all-time high immediately at crossing $1.80, reaching about $1.90 per token. But now it's pretty low, but if you see, the token was quite volatile throughout August and maybe throughout its entire period of its existence. But it's been constantly going in the downward trajectory. It's obviously because of the fact that the total supply is quite high and doesn't have a max supply. They don't really have their mainnet obviously launched yet, even though they won a Parachain slot auction. I think once a lot of activity starts happening, probably this token will start pumping. But again, because the tokenomics is quite in the bad side, I think the token can technically slump in price for quite some time, right? So I believe that this token can definitely pump due to the initial hype, but depending on the demand for this token and the demand for this project overall, the price of this token may go up or down. It's yet to be seen, right? And at the same time, when it comes to this current price point, it's obviously a really good price point to get into this token. I'm probably going to start dollar cost averaging in once it reaches like 76 cents, which I'm pretty sure it will reach. I think this is going to be a local bottom, and once this token fully functions as a parachain on Polkadot, then I think the floor price would probably be somewhere between $1 to $2 per token, which is a good short-term gain if you're buying it at this price point, right? So this is still a good price point to buy, but I'm waiting for this token to go maybe at 76 cents per token, which is probably the time that I'm going to personally buy this token, right? When it comes to Bitcoin comparative, you can clearly see that this token obviously has been going in a downward trajectory, the Bitcoin comparative as well. It's pretty much a really good opportunity to buy in the Bitcoin comparative. In fact, I feel like it's at its all-time lows or close to its all-time lows right now. But if you see, the initial price of this token was 1500 satoshis per token. It reached an all-time highs of close to 6000 satoshis per token before crashing back down to like 2300 satoshis. And then it's been going on a constant downward trajectory, reaching close to its all-time lows of 1500 satoshis, but now it's currently at 1600 satoshis. I think this token is a really good opportunity to buy in Bitcoin comparative compared to even dollar comparative, because you can definitely see this token making a new all-time highs immediately after its mainnet launches live on Polkadot. And once it starts interoperating with multiple different parachains within the Polkadot ecosystem, that's when this token will make new all-time highs, right? So if you're trying to buy this token right now, you're pretty much buying it from the ground level in both Bitcoin and dollar comparative. But it seems like the Bitcoin comparative looks like a much better opportunity because it's really close to its all-time lows, right? And that's one of the reasons why I want to cover this token. When it comes to the markets itself, this token obviously has a listing on Binance and Coinbase already, so there's no real hype when it comes to this token's listing, because the two biggest exchanges in the world have already listed this token. Maybe this token will definitely get a listing in Huobi Global or OKX, but I don't think, again, Huobi Global obviously has a listing on it. I think I spoke too soon, but FTX, again, if you see, FTX already has its listing, and it seems like even OKEX has listed this token. So it seems like all the major exchanges including a lot of smaller and middle tier exchanges have also listed this token. I'm surprised that even FTX has listed this token, which seems like there's a lot of liquidity already, even before its mainnet goes live on Polkadot, which shows that there's no real short-term gains to be made, because if a token were to be brand new and if you buy this token, right, due to a new exchange listing such as Binance listing or Coinbase listing, the token can technically pump higher. So that's one of the thrills of buying into the crypto early on. Now that this project has been pretty much listed in every single major exchange, including like FTX and even OKX and Huobi Global, I don't think you as an investor will get a lot when it comes to short-term price gains, because there's no other new major exchange to list this token into, right? So that's obviously a bummer. But another surprising thing is that even after all these exchanges have listed this token, the market cap is still kind of like below the $200 million in market cap, or even $500 million in market cap, which is quite surprising. But I believe that once the Parachain fully goes live on Polkadot, that's probably when the real market cap rise will happen, and that's when this token will start pumping, right? So obviously there's a lot of negative things about this project as well when it comes to tokenomics, and maybe even the fact that it's not even there's no exchange to spare. It's pretty much listed on every single exchange. It's still a good token with strong fundamentals, and if you have participated in the crowd loan for Clover Finance, I think you pretty much will get a lot of tokens for free depending on how much dots you contributed. And if you manage to hodl on to them for a long-term period, I think this token will do well if the platform itself gets a lot of traction and a lot of people start using their token and platform, right? So I think the short-term price potential by the end of this bull run for this token is somewhere between $1.15 to $1.20 per token. But I think for the mid to long term, which is again 3 to 5 years from now, this token will definitely have to perform incredibly well, because its tokenomics will definitely drag this token down. If it doesn't create the demand that it has to create, this token's tokenomics will destroy this token, right? They need to start maybe marketing a lot and maybe draw in people to their platform more, and depending on how aggressively people start using it and how much the volume of using the platform itself, that will determine the long-term price potential. But on the positive side, I'd probably say $2 to $3 per token in the 3-year period, and maybe in the 5-year period, maybe like $5 to $7 per token. I think that's basically fully speculative. It fully depends on how the platform itself performs. But for now, I can probably say that this token in the long term, in the optimistic viewpoint, will probably be somewhere between like $3 to $7 per token, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.